Hello students, in this video I am going to start your another new chapter named flow of a control, which is part of your CS and IP syllabus of class 11th. In both the IP and CS, this chapter is available with the different chapter number. So this video will going to cover for both the CS and for the IP syllabus. Okay, in this chapter we will going to discuss very important two parts, that is the selection and the iteration part of your programming. So far you have done only the programming in which you were doing only the single statements, in which the statements were executed sequentially one by one. For example, if you are making a program of suppose the area of a triangle, you are writing the statements one by one and they are executed sequentially. It means if you have written the 4 or 5 statements, they will be executed one by one. Statement 1, then statement 2, statement 3 and statement 4, so on. So it means the statements are executed one by one sequentially and you cannot change this sequence. If the statement 1 is executing first, then it will be always executing first, statement 2 will be the next, statement 3 will be the next, and 4. So this direction of the flow of control was a fix and it cannot be controlled by the programmer. Okay, but here what you are doing is that the simple programming is not always like that. Okay, sometimes we have to make the flow of execution according to some conditions, according to some decisions we have to take, whether we have to execute statements or not. So selection statements are those statements which help you to select the statements for executions. It means they help you to decide the statements whether you want to execute them or not. Selection statements allows you to take the actions or decisions. So one such statement, selection statement in your programming is a if statement. So in this first video we will going to discuss about what is a if statement. Okay, if statement is one of the selection statement which is going to help you very in a basic way in the programming. How can you make the programs very effective nowadays? There will be always a condition with related with the if statements, and the conditions always, you know, that they are either returns true or false. If the condition is true, the if statement is there. If the condition is not there, you want to do some example. For example, if the condition is true, you want to execute the statement 3 and 4, and if the condition is false, you want to execute the statements 5 and 6. Let me explain you with some example. This is the basic syntax of the if statement. For example, if how whenever you use the if statement, you have to keep in mind this thing. Okay, there will be if, syntax of the if, and there will be a condition. This condition will either returns you true or false. If the condition is true, these parts of the statements will be executed. Okay, this part of the statements, a block of statements, will be executed. If the condition is false, then this part of the else statement will be executed. Okay, now before giving you some practical example, I want to tell you how the if statement is working. Suppose you want to go from Jodhpur to Delhi. So you will start a path from starting from Jodhpur, and you reach in Jetaran, and then you reach at Byawar, yeah, you will reach at some other, and so Jaipur you would reach. Now there are two suppose ways from reaching Jaipur to Delhi. So you can take the any one of these paths. So this path can be taken also, and this path can be also taken to reach the Delhi. But suppose there is some condition is that if you reach here before 7 o'clock, then only you can take this path. Okay, this path is shorter path, so you can take this path only if you reach before the 7. So if you are coming from Jodhpur to Jaipur and you have not reached up to 7, so you will not be able to take this path. Okay, you have started in the morning and you want to reach here in the here by 7 o'clock. Suppose you are not able to reach, then you have to take this longer path. So the condition is that if you are able to reach by Jaipur by 7, this path will be taken. If you are not able to reach by 7, then this path will be taken. So there is the condition. Have you reached by 7? Answer is yes, take this path. Have you reached this Jaipur by 7? No, you have to take this path. So it means that you have to decide the action according to your work. Okay, you have to decide the action according to your according to the conditions results. Okay, so this is somewhat we are doing in if programming. Let us now come to a program. I am going to explain the if statement with a program which is checking whether the integer number is positive or negative. You enter a number from the user. If the number is uh, greater than 0, now the condition is checking. If the number is greater than 0, it will print number is positive. The if Python program will print number is positive. Else means this condition is becoming false, then what you want to do, then you will print the number is negative. Okay, it means you are not printing the both print statement in your program. Only one of the print statement will be executed, either statement number 3 or statement number 5, using the if else. Okay, so this is the how you can do the this thing. Let me show this your program in Python also. This is a program which is showing you how can you make a integer, input an integer, and then check whether the number is positive or negative. This is a simple program which is demonstrating you about the if else. Okay, if else means if the condition is true, this number is positive. Else condition is false, means else means the condition, if the condition is this condition is false, then the number is negative. It means that if the user is entering a positive number greater than 0, the number will be positive. If the user is not entering a number greater than 0, it means number is negative. So your message will be according to the number. The user, when I run this program does not know whether I will enter the positive number or negative number. See, I am executing this program. Okay, I have entered this program. Now suppose I enter number 45. Now the program will not knowing whether the user will enter 45 or minus 45, it means positive and negative number. But even then, if will check it, he will check that whether n is greater than 0 or not. If n is greater than 0 means number is greater than 0 means number is positive, it will select the if true part. Okay, this is the true part of if. Okay, what is happening in this program is that the if if n is greater than 0 means number is true, number is positive, number is not true, condition is true, number is positive, and the condition is going to return true. So this is the true part of if. Okay, this is the two parts of if statement. Number one, this is the true part, and the else is known as the false part. So if the condition is true, the else true part, if true part will be executed. If the condition is false, then else false part is executed. So this is how you are getting the answer in this way. Okay, have you understood? I hope you have understood the meaning of if else and how it can be used in our programming. Let me say you one more program to explain you much further. You must have heard about the input of even and odd numbers. Okay, the numbers can be even or odd. So the user will enter a number whether it is even or odd. The program does not know, but it can check. You can return the result of number divided by 2. So you can check its remainder. Whenever a number is entered and it is divided by 2, there will be a remainder. Now if the remainder is 0 means number is even. If the number is if the remainder is not 0, it means there is obviously 1. Whenever you divide a number by 2, there are two possibilities of remainders. Either it will be 0 or it will be 1. So if it is 0, then the number would be even, and if it is 0, then if it is 1 means if it is not 0, then the number will be obviously odd. So let me show you this thing. I have used this technique to check whether the number is odd or even. Number is odd. Okay, let me again run it program and show you. I am entering some positive even number. Even. So this is how your program is going to work. Okay, and there is one more example which we can further use to explain you this thing. Now the program to find the profit and loss percentage. Okay, you must have done this thing in your mathematics, right? Find the item, then you will ask for the cost price of the item. So these are the statements which are first asking you the cost price and selling price. Okay, these are the three parts of the program which are asking you cost price and selling price. Now there are two possibilities. I am hoping that I am assuming that the user is not entering the equal prices for the selling price and cost price. Okay, if it is equal, then we have to deal with another situation. So I am assuming that the selling price and cost price would not be equal entered by the user. Now if the selling price is greater than cost price, what will happen? There will be profit. Profit is calculated like profit will be selling price minus cost price, means I will deduct the SP value minus CP. Okay, and then profit percentage is that profit you have upon CP into 100. This is the formula which you have to know how to calculate the profit percentage. So you can print the statement according to that your profit percentage is this one and profit is this one. Now if this condition is false, means selling price is greater than not greater than CP, it means there will be a loss. So you will not going to execute this part, you will move to the part else. Okay, so these are the block of statements which are now going to execute. See, what I am going to tell you in this example is that there are multiple statements which can also be executed. Okay, so these were executed only when there is a profit. Okay, when this condition is true. Now if this condition is not true, you will move to the else part, and in else part this is the block of statements which are going to be executed. It means loss, and you will calculate the loss percentage and print it. So if the condition is true, this block 4 5 6 will be executed. If the condition is false, then 7 8 9 will be executed. It means you are controlling to print what you want. Earlier you do not have this control. You cannot decide what statements you have to print and what statements you do not have to print. Okay, so this is the basically the power of if else, using which you can now decide, yeah, and decide the execution of the statements, whether these statements will be executed or these statements will be executed. Okay, so this is the thing which the selection statements does. Okay, now I am executing this program and showing you how it works. I first enter the selling price and the cost price. Okay, so your profit is 5 rupees and the percentage is 12.5%. So this is how your programs will going to work one by one. So this is the things which I have explained you right now. Okay, I hope you have understood this thing. I have explained you that 1 2 3 statements, these are the 1 2 3 statements which are executed in every case. See, these three statements, whether there is a profit or loss, will be executed. Now 4 5 6 will executed, either 4 5 6 or either 7 8 9 will be executed. 10 is a statement which is not part of the if else. See, only those statements which are the part, this is the part of if and this is a part of if else. Okay, this statement print is not in this range, so it will be going to print in every case. Okay, now the thing next time is that else is a not compulsory to use in your, if you do not want to use else, you can write any if statement without using else also. So I hope you have understood these things. Okay, so in the next video I am going to discuss you about the multiple if statements. Yes, you can use the else part not in your if, means it means you can use the if statement without writing the else part. Else is optional. For example, let me show you a situation for a program is there. Suppose there is a program, this is a program whether the sorry, this is the wrong okay, I will delete this. Now this program is, suppose you are entering some marks if the program is, if the marks entered by user is greater than 60, okay, so you want to print well done. If it is not entered, marks is not 60, and you do not to print the do better, you do not want to give any negative comments, yeah, any other, only positive compliments you want to give, not negative if the below is 60. So you can make such like this thing. Okay, what will happen is that n is greater than 60. Now run this program. See here, if I am entering a marks greater than 60, suppose 78, it is printing well done. Okay, and if I am not entering any marks, if I am not entering the marks greater than 60, no comments is given by the program. So this is the how the program is going to work. You are entering a marks, okay, if it is greater than 60, it is printing well done. I have not used any else part, so there will be no positive and negative part, only positive part will be there. Okay, no separately negative part will be there. However, if you write any statement just below it which is not a part of if statement, and if you write print okay, okay, so this okay will be printed in either case, whether the n is greater than 60 or not. You can see that I have entered the marks. Suppose I entered the marks 50, it is printing only the okay. But if I again, if I enter the marks which is greater than 60, suppose 70, then it is saying well done, okay. So this is the way you can use the if statement without else in your program also. Okay, I hope you have understood the if and else statement and how can you use the if without the else part. So, okay, so next is that there can be multiple if statements in your program. Multiple if statements in your program. What do you mean by the multiple statements in a program? Means you can use more than once in a if statement in your program, and you can utilize the power of if. Let me again show you a program, an example. Suppose I want to find out, you say to find out the largest number from the three numbers. You have entered the three numbers x, y and z. And how can you find out the three? If it is up to 2, you can easily find out. Suppose a and b are the two numbers. If a is greater than b, so you can say we will print a is greater, else b is greater. It is easy. But how can you find out the largest number out of the three numbers? So I am telling you a method in which you are going to use more than one if statements. What you have to take is that you have to assume that x is the highest number. Okay, yeah, it means any number you can take as the highest number, whether it is x and y. So whichever number you are taking, you store it in a max variable. If y is greater than max, it means y is greater than x. You make the maximum number as y. Obviously if y is greater than x, then max will be y, more y will be in the next max, okay, for you. Okay, now your next max number is y or x depending on this situation. If it is true, the max number will be your y, otherwise it will remain x. So you have compared with y and checked whether which one is more greater. Now this more greater number, whether it is x or y, will be compared with the z also. Now z is greater than that is maximum number, so z will be the again more maximum number, highest maximum number. Otherwise whichever you have assumed has the highest number, whether it is x and y, will be there. So you have used if twice in your program. Okay, so whatever be the value, you will have the highest number in the max. Okay, let me show you this program. This is my program. Okay, this is the program. I am now executing it. I have entered suppose number 40, 50 and 60. So largest number is 60. Okay, what happened? Let me show you again. What happened? My x is 40, y is 50 and z is 60. Now max is equal to x means max will be your 40. You are comparing the y with the max means for 50, y is 50 greater than 40. Yes, obviously y is greater than max because y is 50 and max is 40. So 50 is greater than 40. So your max number will be y. Now you are comparing here z with the max. No, max is your highest number, that is 50. So 60 is greater than 50. Yes, so 60 will become in a new maximum number and you will get this answer. If it is not, you will try this program with other numbers, you will get the answer differently. Okay, so this is the program which is going to be executing your things very good in multiple if statement demonstrating. Okay, we can start with some more example. Suppose there is a number x and you want to enter the value. You have entered the x is equal to 100. Now this is one if else statement, this is second if else statement, and this is the third if statement. Yani multiple if statements I used. This is the first one. Okay, right, this is the first one. I have making it in the red color. This is my second one. I am making it in suppose blue color, and this is my third if statement. Okay, so this is my, so what will happen is that you will going to execute either if part or else part in this. Then you will come to this part and it will going to execute this whether the condition will be true or false, and then you will come to this part or this part. You will come to either this part or this part according to this condition. It means all the three if statements, there are three if statements. This is first, this is second, and this is the third. All the three statements will be executed in every case, but for the first only this one here, this one will be executed. In this case this is the without else, so this only will be executed if the condition is true. And in this either print Jodhpur or print Kanpur will be executed. Okay, now if I enter a value, suppose x is equal to 100, can you tell me the output? What will be the output? If x is equal to 100, so check this condition, x is greater than 120, greater than equal to 120. The answer is yes, it will going to print Jaipur. So else part will not be executed because if the true part is executed, the else part will not be executed, so you will not get the answer Delhi. Okay, now you will move to the next. If x is greater than 50, yes, it will going to print Raipur. There is no else part, so you have to move to the next if x is equal to 10, 110, the answer is false because x is 100, so you will not going to print this, but you will go to the else part and you will going to print Jaipur. Okay, I will show you this in a program. See here, this is the program. Okay, I have taken the x is equal to 100. See the answer Delhi and Kanpur. Why I am getting the answer Delhi and Kanpur? Sorry, x is greater than 120 I have written. It is first part, it will not going to print Jaipur, it will going to print Delhi because x is not greater than 120. Okay, so 100 is not greater than 120, so you will be this condition will become false, so we will go into the else part and it will going to print Delhi. Okay, earlier I said that we will not go into the else part, but x is actually not greater than 120, x is less than 120, so the else part will be going to there and it will going to print Delhi here. and same Kanpur is going to print here. Raipur is not printed because x is not greater than 150. So this is the how answer can be given. Okay, so let me change the values of x and give some more results. Suppose I print a value of 80, 120. Okay, what will happen now? So this condition will be true, so it will going to print Jaipur. This condition is still false, it will not going to print because the number is not greater than 150. This number is not equal to 110, so it will not going to print Jodhpur, it will going to print Kanpur. Okay, so this is how the multiple if statements work in a program. I hope you have understood. I am giving you one more example of the percentage of the 5 subjects. You have already done this program where you were doing the finding the percentages of the 5 subjects. Now here you will find the division also of the subjects. Okay, division of the 5 division, percentage and division of a student. Okay, you will going to find out the percentage and division. You enter the marks first, 5 subjects marks. Okay, English, Hindi, math, science and social science. Then you will find out their sum will be, you already understood how to find the sum. You will add all the 5 marks, then the percentage will be calculated, will sum divided by 500 into 100. This is how you can calculate the percentage, and then you will print those sum and percentages values. Now you are up to here, this program you already know how can you do this thing. I have already explained this, how can you make a percentage program, okay, in your data handling and operator part of it. Now if percentage is greater than 60, now condition is that percentage is greater than 60, then the division is first division. Okay, if the percentage is not greater than 60, then what will happen? You are moving to the next if statement. Okay, what is happening that this is printing it. If the percentage is greater than 60, then it is going to print that percentage is 60, that is first division. If the percentage is not greater than 60, then you are moving, obviously you will move also. So this will be printed, and not greater than means you will move to next part also. And the percentage is greater than 48 and 60. Suppose the percentage is 55, then the second division is there. Then you move to the next part, percentage is greater than 43, and suppose the percentage is 40, then you will be third division. And if percentage is less than this, okay, so this is the 33 is Pappu's failed. Okay, and in these what happening is that if percentage is not less than 33, then it will going to print pass. So what is happening is that you are either checking the percentage and using the multiple if statements in your program. Okay, percentage is greater than 60, this statement, if statement is executed, these all if statements will be executed one by one, 1 2 3 4, but according to the value of percentage, the which percentage condition is true, that if is will be going to print. If greater than 60, then this is going to print. If the percentage is between these two values, then this a print will be going to execute. If percentage is in this range, then this will be going to execute. If the percentage is less than 33, it is going to be print, otherwise it will going to print pass. So though I will explain you, there is one more efficient method of generating the print, I will tell you later on, but this is just an example to show you how can you use the multiple if statements. I am again executing this program. Suppose English marks 50, Hindi marks 67, 90, science 67 again, and suppose it is in 89. So total of the marks will be 363. Sum of percentages of all the marks will be 72.6, and the division is first division, and it is passed. Okay, so this is how your program will going to work. With this, I have explained you the if and multiple if statements in a program. See, this is the multiple if statements in a program. Okay, so I hope you have understood the basics of if and all these. Okay, and now we can move to the next part.